Gemini, I woke up in your energy and had an early walkthrough with a realtor, and they were doing video calls. There were two of them. They came in like Geminis, like twins, and they were both like video chatting buyers or whatever. So, which is new. Actually, this appointment was made before the one I had yesterday, but there was kind of a last minute one yesterday, and they also did a video call. So maybe something with video calls. You're going to be receiving one. You're going to be initiating one. And while I was waiting for these people, because they were late, and there was a big language barrier, and not just literal language barrier, but it was like a communication barrier. The one kept asking the same question over and over. I don't know if he was just forgetful or what, but it was very challenging for me to not get into my shadow judgments of just writing him off as being an idiot, which is kind of what I think he was. Because I mean, it was like over and over. Every question he asked multiple times. And this was the realtor. So it's like, how do you do business? Like, how are you successful? You might be dealing with just like people at work that are not very smart, or like keep doing, like they're insane. They keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, or like they keep showing up late. So you might be dealing with just idiots. Because I was in your energy while I was waiting, and so I just started to write down because they were late. Waiting, late, waiting in vain. Maybe the names Roger or Cindy, or the letters R or C are important to you. Split wood, lightning. The movie Meet Joe Black or the movie Stigmata. There might be something in there for you, message-wise. Confirmation-wise, maybe the actors, their birthday. I know Brad Pitt is a Sagittarius, so he was dealing with Sagittarius. That is also your polarity sign, so you could be dealing with your someone who's just like the polar opposite from you, or that could be the challenge that we're under. I mean, the full moon we just had was, full moons are all about polarity, and it was under the sign of Capricorn, but in the sign of Cancer, in the season of Capricorn, under the sign of Cancer, however you want to say that. But those are polar signs. So your polarity sign is Sagittarius. There's also something with the challenge of, being a workaholic, and then to avoid your feelings. Right? Like we're overworking, because that's Capricorn. They work hard and play hard, but maybe you're working hard, you're playing hard, but it's to avoid Cancer, your heart, your moon, your feminine. And Cancers can be quite avoidant as well if you have a Cancer placement. Maybe you check your moon sign. Maybe listen to a reading for your moon sign, so something with your moon. Work hard, play harder, playing games with heart. I mean, you could be playing games, you could be playing video games, you could be playing board games. Somebody could be playing games, mind games, right? Something about puzzles, maybe you do puzzles. You guys are pretty puzzly, and not just to the collective or yourself, but you seem to enjoy puzzles or riddles. Fuck does that say? Oh, sailor, like because I was thinking Cancer moon, Sailor moon. So maybe you're a sailor, maybe something with boats, canoes, kayaking. With the split wood, I also got like carving. So maybe some sort of like wood sculpting is very specific, but maybe something with wood, carpentry, waiting late, or like building. So I've got building blocks, DNA, bricks, blocks, That's also, maybe you have children and they're playing with blocks, because I was getting the, like, playing the games, or like little kids on the floor building blocks, right? This is your new love reading. It's your next in love reading. So maybe you and somebody are setting the foundation for the empire that you're going to build. This could be literally building a home, or building something, but I think that energetically you could just be coming together with somebody and sort of like working out what pieces fit, where they fit, you know, who has what, like, also like playing games when you play with cards, you know, like go fish. Do you have, because I was getting fishing with the canoe, with the kayak. Hopefully that's energetic fishing. Maybe you're fishing for a compliment. Fishing is also like the Page of Swords. It's waiting, watching, collecting information about the best place to put your energy or your efforts, and your tools, to drop a line. Also with the Facebook, but maybe with calling or FaceTiming. Yeah, you could be like dropping a line, or somebody could be dropping a line to you. Dogs give me cancer. Not dogs give me cancer. You guys give me cancer. But dogs represent Cancerian energy, so more Cancerian energy, more moon energy. Could have a placement dealing with the Cancer. Cancers are about the intuition and feelings and depth. Queen of Cups energy, it's like filling your own cup and not avoiding it, right? The challenge for Cancer is to check your mood, right? You could be bipolar, you could have a mood disorder, disruption, or imbalance, something with your hormones. Taking on too much, like maybe you bit off more than you could chew, taking on too much of a burden. That gives me like 10 of Wands, needing to stop working for others, work for yourself. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Lack of communication, a lack of education. What's that from? Is that from Fox and the Hound? Yeah, a lack of education. It's the woodpecker. Woodpecker is the Native American zodiac for Cancer as well. Words, Kaufman. I was getting the last name Kaufman, but then I was thinking Kaufman, like you need to cough something in your lungs. You could have literal mucus or like a blockage in your lungs, but I'm getting like a solar plexus, respiratory system, some kind of ailment or blockage in the solar plexus, in the respiratory system, in the lungs. I mean, you could have asthma, you could be like inhaling debris at your work, right? If you're carving or sanding or working with wood, there could be a lot of dust. And you know, you could be waiting for the dust to settle with that waiting. All right, so that's the channel messages. Let's get into the tarot and see what's going on, what's next in love. The last couple readings for you have been more about like family and, you know, childhood wounds and healing that. You guys have been in a very healing energy. At least you needed to be. So whether you have or haven't, Gemini, that's, you know, that's up to you and your twin. That's between you and your twin. But let's talk about your love twin and see what's going on there with the masculine. The star, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Again, star is healing. You got this in your last reading. A need to heal, a need to pour into yourself, pour into earth and water. That's feminine energy. So that's healing the feminine energy. This is for the masculine. This is what the masculine in this next in love dynamic needs to do. This connection could also be very healing for this masculine, right? You could have been in like a hyper masculine mode if you're the masculine, or if you're the feminine, this is what's going on with your masculine, right? The masculine could be in a very hyper masculine mode, overworking, cardinal energy, fire, swords, right? It's a lot of overthinking. It's a lot of blocked communication. It's just, when you have a blockage in that area that needs to be healed, it's overworking. It's very active energy, going, distracting, you know, giving your energy to the 3D, too much to the ego. There could be issues with the ego, but this is healing energy. So masculines feel like they're doing this work, right? But that could have been the energy, because this is like a no contact reading as well. The last couple of readings that I've done have been for the other signs have been like no contact. You've met with this person already. A lot of the twin flames are kind of coming into connection and then they have to go apart. So there is some no contact and need to do the healing work, the ego work, because that's what the twin flame connection does. It triggers the ego, so you have to grow. The Knight of Swords is fast communication with the feminine. Fast communication. Now, this Knight of Swords is like pointing directly at the masculine. So there could be a flip, right? The feminine could be the masculine, if it's a male-female situation, the female could be the masculine, the male could be the feminine. Oh my God. This is like a riddle here. Oh no, I caught the stupidity. But no, it's like, yeah, and with the Knight of Swords, it's like being tongue-tied. It's like a riddle. Maybe somebody feels like the feminine is a puzzle. Maybe the feminine feels like the masculine is tongue-tied. And so the masculine pursues, right? So if you are pursuing, you're in a masculine energy. If you're the feminine and you're pursuing, then you're not in your feminine energy, right? That's the like cautionary with the Knight of Swords, this masculine energy being in the feminine side here, right? Is that the feminine could be impatient, like, oh, well, they're taking too long to come in and talk to me, so I'll be the first one to pursue. I'll be the one to initiate contact. Maybe I'll drop the line. That's fine. But just know that if you're the feminine and you're wanting a masculine to pursue you, then you have to stay in your feminine energy. You cannot activate your masculine energy in this connection and expect your masculine to take that as a cue that they need to be in their masculine energy. They're going to say, okay, well, I'll just stay in my feminine energy, because you're taking the lead. You're being the lead. So you know your situation. If that's what you're doing, then don't do that. The Lovers, there's you, Gemini. Maybe the masculine is the Gemini, but the Lovers here is Gemini energy in this Gemini reading in the masculine side. So this is the Lovers. This is also about not having attachments, right? The counterpart to this, or the polarity to this Lovers card, is the Devil, which is the Devil here with two individuals that are chained. The masculine could have broken out of a karmic cycle, and they're over here healing. So feminines, I feel like you need to be patient. What do you feel? What do you think about that, feminines? Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of feminine energy with the masculine side and a lot of masculine energy with the feminine side. There's like an impatience over here. I mean, this Ace of Wands is, you could be dealing with a fire sign. And again, you could be a feminine female, but maybe you have a masculine leading element like swords, air, or wands, fire. Those are masculine. Those are the masculine elements, and then water and earth are the feminine elements. So, you could be, if you're the feminine Gemini here, this could be you as the Knight of Swords, and maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius, which is a fixed air, right? Or maybe you're dealing with like a water sign, right? With the star. Our star is the sun, so you could be dealing with Leo. Again, Leo is fixed fire. So even though it's like they could be in their modality, right? They could be kind of, because when you're in that healing energy, you sort of retract and you go within, and so you sort of get into your other placements. You get into your moon sign, which is feminine. That's your feelings, your emotions. So this person could just need to heal, right? So Ace of Wands, it's like you want fast communication, feminines, and you want this inspiration, you want this conversation, you want this like passion, you want all of that, but this person, this masculine, doesn't feel like they maybe have that to give at the moment, because they're giving to themselves, and you want your person to come and heal. So make sure that you're giving them grace. Five of Swords, you guys could have blocked communication, ended communication. There could have been a disagreement. Again, this masculine could have been in a connection with a karmic situation, somebody who they maybe thought was their lovers. They thought it was their unconditional person, but it ended up being a very conditional situation. And there was a lot of verbal disputes with swords. Excuse me, swords could be like different thinking patterns. They were just not on the same wavelength, right? Like blocked communication that I was experiencing with my with this realtor. And I was like, there's just a language barrier. It could have been a literal language barrier. It could have been like a love language barrier with the lovers here. It could have been like one of them was physical touch and one of them was words of affirmation, right? And so it was like they just weren't speaking the same language. And then the Nine of Cups, right? Wait for your wish fulfillment over here, feminines. I feel like this person is your wish fulfillment. So don't sabotage it by pursuing this, right? With this Ace of Wands, this gives me like Empress energy. She's over here in her creative energy. She's creating things. She's doing the work herself. She's got her butterflies here, and she's got these trees up here, a lot of greens and browns. This is Earth energy. You could be dealing with an Earth sign. You could be dealing with an Empress, Libra, Taurus. But let's see what this star, the sun. Okay, so yeah, Leo energy. You and or your person could have a Leo placement. This is really pretty. I love the artistry on these cards. It's a new deck. You're technically the fourth reading, because I did the bonus reading with Aries, and then I did the no contact readings for Aries and Taurus. But the sun here is, the sun will come out tomorrow. So maybe something tomorrow. I don't know what today is. Tuesday is the 21st. I don't know, days are blurring together. But the sun will come out tomorrow. The sun is confirmation. It's knowledge, it's awareness, it's light being shed on this situation. So feminines, if you're over here in this, like, what's going on? You're in this moon energy, lack of clarity, confusion. The sun is going to come out. And so maybe this conversation, this contact, this communication, this line is going to be dropped on whatever tomorrow is. Right? And tomorrow could be also not literally tomorrow on a calendar, right? Because divine timing is a frequency. So it's like, just wait. Just wait. Keep feeding into yourself. Keep having these conversations. Like, ask yourself, why do I feel the need to rush in here? Why do I feel the need to, like, do I want to be the feminine? Do I want to be the masculine, right? Because we all have free will. You might be you might be a feminine, you might be a masculine, but you're not in your divine femininity, your divine masculinity, if you're not aligned with the true nature of energy, which is masculine pursues, feminine receives. Masculine is active, and feminine is inactive. That does not mean that they are not active. That means that they are inactive, internally active. They do the internal, unseen work of the emotions, of the 5D, of the ethereal. They're tapped into that. The masculine does the physical, tangible work of the 3D, right? They are the lords of the external, and the feminines are the goddesses of the internal, right? We have the Queen of Cups here. There's that Cancerian energy. Again, could be dealing with a water sign, but this is getting into that feminine energy, pouring into your cup, right? Maybe masculine leads and feminine follows, right? In the 3D. Then feminine guides and masculine supports in the 5D. All right? So there's just a little bit about nature and energy there with masculine and feminine. Because maybe you have that. I feel like Geminis often struggle with that, about which placement to be in. I mean, you're Gemini, so you're the twin. So you've already got like split personality and duality within yourself, polarity within yourself, just in your star sign. Then as a mutable sign, you have air and water as your supplementary modality. So that is air, masculine, of the head, and feminine, water, of the heart. So you're always like discerning between the head and the heart. What is logical? What is emotional, you know, what feels good. Unbirthday. This looks like an unbirthday tea party. Maybe you're getting into tarot. Maybe you read tarot. But, and I do feel like I'm kind of giving you information about like the basics of energy here. So yeah, maybe you're new to this. Maybe you've been avoidant of your feelings, and so you're like, okay, well, I guess I gotta get in here, which of course is a Gemini, an air sign. You're going to research and get the facts, right? This Knight of Swords is like moving too quickly, so maybe you need to kind of retract and settle into a more Page of Swords energy, which is just observing, researching, getting the information that you need about yourself. So maybe turning that Page of Swords, because Knight of Swords goes towards something else. They fight for something else. Page of Swords, they can watch. I mean, sometimes they're just like lurky creepers who are just like watching, you know, your story or watching you at work or whatever, but they're not making any moves. They're not necessarily coming in with communication. And maybe that's it. Maybe you need to just like be silent and sit with yourself and just reflect on how you're feeling and about your energy and about what you want from this situation. So asking questions, but of the self. Queen of Cups is also self-care. It's someone who fills their cup, right? This tea party. It's like maybe drinking things that are warming and nourishing and calming. You know, resting. Gemini, I feel like there's a lot of work going on here. And this masculine is kind of leading the way here by getting into like this healing energy and this unconditional love. Like, you be you and I'll be me. That's kind of your nature anyway. Like in relationships, Geminis typically like to have that sort of separate togetherness where they get to do the things that they like to do and their partner can do the things that they like to do, and to each their own, and you guys can come together where you come together. But maybe there's something about this feminine that is like insecure about that separate togetherness, or maybe this masculine is not having that conversation. Maybe this masculine is not stating like, this is what I want, right? Because the feminine's over here like not needing to ask themselves, what do I want in this situation, versus the Knight of Swords, which is like, let me see what they want. What do they want? What are they doing? And putting all of and that can put a lot of pressure on the masculine, because it's like, and this masculine could just be like, they're in their feminine energy, so they just might not be ready to have that conversation. Let's see about the Lovers. Four of Cups. Yeah, it's like they're sort of this emotional communication. It feels like they're just like busy with themselves. They're just busy with themselves. They're not necessarily. Four of Cups is also like not seeing things that are right in front of you sometimes. So yeah, they could just be working on themselves, working on their external environment, their physical appearance, their tangible work, their money. They could just be working about, and not even like just sort of like la la la. You know, and that kind of gives me Libra energy. If there's any Libras here, but Libras have that sort of like airheaded quality to them. They're not stupid. They're just in their own world. Like somebody, I feel like maybe you're dealing with a Libra, but with this Aquarius star sign, like it's, and these swords, there's a lot of air energy here. With the Knight of Swords, it's like but the only air energy here is blocked. So it's somebody is not, the challenge of Libra is to balance. Again, with that karmic, with that, Libra is all about karma, and with that lovers, I was getting that, like, this masculine dealt with a karmic, and which, when you deal with karmics, right, if you're in this cycle, a karmic cycle, what's happening is the universe is sending you exactly what you ask for, what you think you want, what is familiar to you, until you go, oh, I actually don't want what's familiar to me. Just because it's familiar to me that means that it's activating shadows of me from childhood, right? It's not nurturing me. It's not, like, I already know this. Like, it keeps sending you what you know until you go, I don't want that. And so it's like there's something about this karmic situation that this masculine, I feel, went through to put them in this very reflective and healing mode. But now it's like they're so in the healing mode. And because I feel like this feminine is different from anyone that they have dealt with before, they might not even recognize that this is their person, or that this is someone who's even interested in them, because they're not in the pattern of what's familiar to this masculine. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands with the feminine. That's a decision. And the feminine might be having to decide, do I want to wait for this person, right? Two of Wands is a choice between the old and the new, right? Do I want to wait for this person? Do I want to give my energy to this person? And this Ace of Wands looks like they're just giving the energy to themselves, right? And so the choice might not be between two lovers, but it might be between, maybe I should just leave this person behind, and not leave them behind, but leave them aside. I get more of like an aside. More on that. Nine of Cups. Then I'm about to clarify the Nine of Cups. It's like, yeah, I get this like aside. They're like putting a pin in it, because I feel like this feminine really believes that this is their person, this is their wish fulfillment. We're the Nine of Cups here twice. And that Nine of Cups would have, if I didn't double clarify this, if I just trusted in the process, like I feel like this feminine needs to trust in the process. If I had just trusted in the process and allowed the confirmation to come out when it would have come out for the Five of Swords, it would have been this Nine of Cups, which means that the Nine of Cups would have been reflected in a masculine, and they both would be reflecting each other as, Nine of Cups is first someone who is independent and fills their own cup. And because they're on the, it's like a gratitude, a place of gratitude. Like, I have everything that I need. I am abundant. I am unconditional love, right? It's like someone who has been filling their cup. They get on the frequency of wish fulfillment. All right, with the star up here, it's like they get on the frequency of, I am everything that I need. I am everything that I want. I have everything that I need. I have everything that I want. And when you're on that frequency, you attract somebody who is also in that same energy. So I'm going to leave that there, because I feel like this masculine also, like, once they kind of clue in, and the difference between the Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups is 5. And to clarify this Five of Swords, it's like this person is up in their head. I get this like, la, la, like they're up in their head and they're not in their emotions, even though they are going through this healing and they want this. This masculine wants something that is healing. They want this Nine of Cups. It's like there's still a little bit of work, maybe something with their truth. There's something with their throat chakra. There's something with that. Something with, there's a blockage between their head and their heart. And yeah, maybe this feminine, because that Nine of Cups was there, maybe this feminine blocked the, caused this blockage because they rushed in, because they expected a choice. Maybe they were like, are you going to, maybe the feminine was like, are you going to give me this relationship? I feel like there was a lot of pressure maybe put on the masculine. And then we have the Eight of Cups to clarify this Nine of Cups. Eight of Cups is, again, back to the feminine. If you are in the storyline of someone who is choosing if you want to give to this or move forward, I feel like you are choosing yourself here. Could be a choice between two people, right? You could have, but I feel like it's more about the self with this Ace of Wands. All right, we have the Three of Cups. Yeah, maybe this feminine is just going to start dating other people, seeing other people, going out with friends. This can also be just like celebrating with yourself, going on self dates, right? Those are really healing, and they help build confidence, and they help put you on the frequency of somebody who is ready for unconditional love, right? Versus conditional love of like going out with other people to, you know, because it's like when you're trying to attract love, everyone always says when you're not looking or when you least expect it. And so I feel like this feminine, it's that like that pin. They still believe that this is their person, but they're going to be like, maybe I can fake out the universe by dating other people. And a lot of people do this subconsciously. They're like, oh, I'm just going to go distract myself with a bunch of other people or projects or drinking or smoking or whatever, like substance. They're going to just like go out and pretend like they're not looking, but really in their heart, if they were being honest with themselves, their throat chakra, if they were being truthful with themselves, they would say, no, I want this person. I want this connection. This connection is for me. And I have to just relax my ego about the divine timing, because it's feminines. And we get the Four of Cups again on the masculine side. Yeah, this masculine, they just don't see it, or and excuse me, they could be tired, right? Because there's like this person's like sitting under a tree. I get this sort of like Alice in Wonderland, right? It's like a dream, a hallucination. Like they need to, and Four is about resting and waiting. Four of Swords would be about resting the mind. This is like resting the heart. It's like maybe this karmic connection is still a little too fresh, and they need to rest more. They need to rest their heart, and just be in their own energy for a little bit more, and I don't want to say a little bit longer as in a certain amount of time on a calendar or on a clock. It's a frequency. It's like once this feminine releases the control or this attempt at like drawing them in, this masculine, yeah, it could be a fixed sign here. I mean, we've been getting fixed energy, but it's like fixed energy can be so determined, which is a great trait, but it can also be like if you are so hyper focused on this individual person, or if you are like you have an idea in your mind about the timeline, then you're not on the frequency of trusting in divine timing. You're not allowing what is meant for you to come to you. Four of Cups. Yeah, this person needs to rest, and they could just not, their back is turned, and it's like, and they have this Nine of Cups, so it's like, this is what they wanted. This masculine wanted this connection. They wanted this feminine. They wanted someone just like this. It's just, I don't think they'd ever seen anybody like this. They've never met anybody like this. They've never experienced anything like this. So it might just be unrecognizable. And the feminine, I feel, is over here like, it's me, your long lost twin, remember? And they're just kind of like, yeah, but thinking about all the cups that didn't work. They're looking at the past. They're looking to the future. And so it's like they're looking at the Three of Cups. And the feminine's over here in the Three of Cups. Y'all, tell me what this Three of Cups. Wheel of Fortune, tell me what's Four of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe the feminine is getting love offers, or is like out there living their life, right? They went into the Ace of Wands, they chose themselves, they went into Eight of Cups, a new direction. They are like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna like do me until divine timing with the Wheel of Fortune. And then the masculine is over here like looking at the Three of Cups, looking at the Three of Pentacles. It's like they're watching. They're either watching the feminine here, or they're watching someone else that from the past. Because it's like they're not seeing this wish fulfillment coming out of their manifestations, coming out of the clouds. They're focused on somebody else. I mean, maybe they were in a relationship where there was infidelity, or the like separate togetherness was too separate. There was like no togetherness. Again, they weren't speaking the same love language. And if it's still kind of fresh, they could just be still reflecting on that Three of Pentacles. Maybe in the Wheel of Fortune, there's earth energy here. Maybe you're dealing with an earth sign, or you have an earth placement. The King of Cups. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups over here in the feminine. And we have the King of Wands in the masculine. Could be dealing with a masculine fire or water sign. They're facing in opposite directions. One is in the feminine with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, maybe somebody has moved on. Maybe the masculine is still looking at this. This could be an old feminine, right? This could be the previous connection. Or maybe this was just a connection that is not meant to be. Or maybe that's what you're thinking, Gemini. Maybe you're just like, well, maybe this isn't meant to be. You know, they're the Queen of Cups. They're over here, like, you know, out dating. Like, maybe there's a fear. Because the King of Wands is someone who, like, focuses on their work. And they pursue what they want. Like, they're gonna get it. But they're facing the opposite direction. They're facing the opposite direction. The Five of Swords, the Four of Cups. They're looking in the, even the Star, they're looking in the opposite direction of this situation here. There needs to be like a confronting, a conversation perhaps about like, what's the deal here? Like, what's going on here? Because I feel like this person is not looking with their divine sight, because they're in the King of Wands. So the masculine is like just doing all this 3D, tangible, physical, masculine work. They're working, they're maybe have some attachments, they're using substances, right, to comfort them, to give them some sort of distraction, temporary distraction. Because I think if they actually looked at this situation, it's like they're afraid that if they look at it, they're going to see this Queen of Cups with the King of Cups. Let's think about this King of Cups. Who is this mother? Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. Maybe this King of Wands is not looking at this King of Cups because this could be the twins, right? again, maybe the masculine is the Gemini here. But even if the feminine is the Gemini, the masculine is like matching this feminine's energy. And so they could be coming in, maybe they're coming out of their fire energy or out of their like hyper masculine energy that we were talking about. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, right? We have the sun here with Leo, the star, which I was calling the sun. Yeah, it's like this, they could be like shifting into their moon sign or shifting into a water placement, or if you're dealing with a Queen of Cups, whether that be in their sign or in their energy, their frequency that they're on as the Queen of Cups, just like filling their own cup and doing their own emotional work and having tea parties with their imaginary friends, like, or real friends. They could be like spilling the tea, like hanging out with the ladies, you know, girls' night. If this King of Cups is not a fear, it could be that they're like, well, if I'm afraid, the masculine could be having this thought, if I'm afraid that they're going to end up with the King of Cups, like, I have the resources. There's a confidence boost here. There's a realization of your power as the masculine. Like, I have the ability to be the King of Cups. Like, if that's what she wants, if that's what this Queen of Cups wants, if that's what this feminine wants, I can do that. I can be anything. And Geminis are shapeshifters. You know, it's like, you guys know how to kind of like fit into a lot of different molds, which can be your downfall, because you can fit into a mold that's not, that gives me 10 of Swords energy. Like, you can be put into a box by others, because you sort of have this working for others, this self-sacrifice nature about you, where it's like you'll be whatever. But it's like, if you were to get into your true nature, if this masculine were to get into their true nature, they are actually a King of Cups. So you guys could share a moon sign. You could both have water placements heavy in your chart. But yeah, if this is for the feminine here, the King of Cups, if you're like, well, maybe I'm just going to get with the King of Cups because I'm the Queen of Cups. And like, this person over here that's in their King of Wands energy doesn't want me, you know? There could be like a discouragement, and they're like, well, maybe I will just go out and date. Maybe I'll go see other people. Maybe this isn't my person. Maybe I should take that pin out of it. And that reminds me of Friends, where Ross and his ex-wife, he has a child with, there could be a child involved, but it's like, he says that they're at a restaurant, he's on a date with somebody else, but then he's still trying to like go back to what's familiar, even though his wife left him for another woman. Like, she doesn't want to be with him. She doesn't want to be with any hymns, you know, like, so he's still giving to that, like, the idealism of, you know, like, it's familiar. And he said, you know, let's say you weren't a lesbian. And then he's like, let's put a pin in that. And then they talk, and she's like, you remember that thing you put the pin in? It's time to take the pin out. So there could be a need to release the past. And maybe the masculine was putting a pin in something. And that's why they weren't able to requite this love, because they were still like, well, it's what I know, it's familiar to me, and like the unknown brings me too much anxiety and too much fear, and I'm not ready to be the fool, right? I'm not ready to leap off that bridge or leap off that that tower. But this, but yeah, maybe the Queen of Cups is like, well, I got a pin in them and they got a pin in somebody else. What is that? My best friend's wedding. With Julie Roberts. She has a Scorpio. And Dermot Mulroney, however you say his name. I think he's a Taurus. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Taurus. Those are also polarity signs. So again, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. If you're the masculine, you're dealing with your divine feminine. If you're the feminine, you're dealing with your divine masculine, right? So there's polarity and duality in all things, Gemini, which you should understand better than anybody. But there is, I feel like with the Page of Wands, this King of Cups is not reliable. So if there is a third party involved, like maybe there was a third party involved with the masculine, with this karmic cycle, I don't think that they were necessarily in the situation, but their energy still was, because the masculine was still getting to that. Like they weren't ready for something new. And so the feminine was like, well, I'll just go get something new then. I'll just go, like, I'm going to mirror what you're doing or what I perceive you to be doing, because I feel like the masculine wasn't doing anything wrong. They were just healing themselves and like in their own world for good reason. And the feminine was maybe impatient. They were too much in their masculine energy with the Knight of Swords. So they need to get into that Queen of Cups. And when they get into the Queen of Cups, they may have someone from their past, or they may have a cycle come in to test them with this King of Cups. But with the Page of Wands, it doesn't seem like, also something with sunflowers. Maybe sunflowers are a confirmation to you. I think flowers or floral names were a confirmation for Gemini a couple readings ago. But again, maybe like Leo as well. But, and see, this is like a true sunflower here, and then this one isn't. It looks kind of like a sunflower, but it's not really a sunflower. So I feel like feminines, if you are out dating or something, you're going to receive a test to really see if you, God, we're at 47 minutes already. I mean, there's been a lot going on in here, but it didn't feel like it felt faster than that. Anyway, excuse me. Yeah, I don't trust this King of Cups energy over here. So masculines, if that's your concern, I wouldn't worry about it. Feminines, if that's where you are concerned, like if that's where you're putting your energy, I don't typically condone like holding on to past connections. But again, you're not holding on to this connection. If this is your divine counterpart, if you choose yourself, they will also choose you. Like it's a frequency to choose yourself. And so instead of settling for something that is not quite a sunflower, when really you want the sun, you don't even want a flower. Maybe you're going to get flowers. Maybe the masculine is going to give flowers or some sort of gift. Dropping a line, sending a letter, sending a message. Yeah, maybe there's going to be some sort of, but it's like this person is the sun. This masculine is the sun. That means they're the divine masculine, right? Because in the celestial form, the divine feminine is the moon, the divine masculine is the sun. When they come together, when there's an eclipse, right? When the earth, the ego gets out of the way and the sun and the moon can just be, facing each other, then like that's the ultimate divine timing. And it's all about waiting for the cycle, waiting for the ego to get out of the way, the tangible to get out of the way. It will. It does every year, like multiple times. It always happens. It will happen. Don't settle, feminines. Please don't settle. This King of Wands is masculine. The Hierophant could be dealing with a Taurus. The Hierophant is, it's the mediator, the translator of the 5D and the 3D. Like, they bring everything from the 5D and they translate it. They're the spiritual leader, the spiritual guru. They're very, they have a lot of wisdom. So yeah, this King of Wands could be a Taurus, or the masculine is looking at the Hierophant. This King of Wands is looking to the Hierophant. So it's like the Hierophant is, you know, somebody who wants, excuse me, guys, I feel like y'all are tired. I got up early to get ready for this thing, so I mean, I'm tired as well. I'm not projecting that onto you, but you could be tired. This masculine wants marriage. You want the same thing with the Nine of Cups. You know, you're each other's wish fulfillment. There's just an issue with timing. There's an issue with nurturing and balancing your feminine energy. Trusting the process. Choosing yourself. Right? Always choosing yourself. Because your twin flame, your divine counterpart, is you. Ooh, that was weird. The light just did something weird. It's you. It's you. That's from that Swedish band. I'm just gonna write that down, and that will be your title. Because it's a title that I can't pronounce, so I copy and paste it. But that's one of the lyrics is like, it's you. Yeah, this is your person. They want marriage. They want to build a whole new tradition, right? Which means something, they're letting go of something that's familiar to them for something that is new. Five of Swords again. Why are you guys blocked, feminine? Why are you guys blocked, Queen of Wands? It's like you guys are matching each other. I mean, you could be dealing with a fire sign, but it's like the Queen of Wands is someone who's like Miss Independent. So it's like, I don't know. It's with the dropping the line. It's like playing phone tag. There's something like someone came in with a message, but the other person wasn't ready, and now this person's ready, and they're sending a message, and this person's not ready, and it's like, oh gosh, y'all, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. See the Four of Cups and this Ace of Pentacles. You're waiting on this Ace of Cups. You're waiting for a love offer. The masculine is going to offer something. Pentacles, because they're looking to the Hierophant, which is Earth, fixed Earth. It's double Pentacles. It's Taurus. King of Wands is, wands are the most distinctly masculine element. Fire is the most distinctly masculine element, as the sun. And then the Earth is, I'm just looking to the sun here. So more Leo energy. You could have a Leo placement. The Hierophant, fixed Earth. Earth is the most distinctly feminine, as the Empress and the masculine, right? Taurus and Aries. And then there's also Libra in there as well. So it's like, yeah, the masculine dealt with a false Empress with that Libra energy. Maybe they dealt with a Libra, because I was getting that Libra energy and sort of like, yeah, I don't want to like dog on Libras. I love Libras. But you know, being in a relationship with people is different than being friends with them. So, yeah, there is this This masculine is now, now they're bringing a pentacle. They're like, oh, you wanted marriage, you wanted the Hierophant, you wanted like a solid commitment. Here's my solid commitment. And now now they're like, they're bringing something feminine in to this Cancerian Queen of Cups energy. Somebody who's very much in their moon. And this person is like mysterious. This feminine feels very mysterious to this masculine. There's so much mirroring going on here though. And this Five of Swords, it's like this blocked communication. Because now the Queen of Wands is like, the Queen of Wands comes out after the Queen of Swords. Like the Queen of Swords is like, sets the boundary, and then when the boundary is crossed, right? Or the boundary is not met, it's like, what's the password, right? And you got the password wrong. The Queen of Wands is like, meh, too many tries. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is, Six of Wands. Yeah, this is someone who's like, nah, I'm just gonna work on myself. I'm just gonna like, they recognize their value and their worth, and they want an Ace of Cups because they're really the masculine queens of Swords and Fire, of Wands and Swords, protect the Queen of Cups. They protect the heart. They protect because the Queen of Cups is the gooey center of the Empress. So like, it's close because you're in Pentacles now, masculine. So you're giving feminine energy to this feminine queen, to this feminine, to the feminine. But it's Pentacles, and they're like, I want cups. And then the pentacle, the star. So we start with a star and we end with a star. Oh, it's like, is the masculine going back into, okay, well, I'm gonna have to go back into healing mode, because like I feel like their cups have been really messed up. I was hoping like you guys have been doing a lot of healing, Gemini, that there would be some sort of like coming together. But it feels like phone tag. But this is the Star. Two of Cups. I don't know, this masculine might be like, no, I'm your fucking person. Like, you will take this pinnacle. You go get this dick. Not that. But, like, you're gonna, the Tower and Ten of Pentacles. God, this is like a very challenging, but it's challenging the ego. There could be like emotional instability on both parties. Like a need to self-regulate. The Sun with the feminine over here. Maybe you guys have mutual placements. Knight of Wands. Like this masculine, I feel like this masculine is like finally seeing this feminine. I mean, it's hard to miss the Queen of Wands. So if this person got into their Queen of Wands, oh, there's anxiety here. They're feeling left out in the cold. That Three of Cups. Yeah, they're worried. The masculine feels worried that the feminine is going to like find somebody else temporary. And they're like, no, it's actually me. I'm your person. It's you. It's me. Just us. Like this person is, they know it now. They see it now. Because the feminine has gotten to out of their like moon energy, their Cancerian energy, into their sun energy, into their fire energy. And so it's like, oh, I see now. Like you're my person. I can see like the beacons of Gondor. I can see, and that's the Tower. Like the light of the tower, you can see it. You can see the light through the trees. You can't see the forest through the trees, but you can see the light. You can see the fire. You can see the light. And so now they're coming in this Knight of Wands. Well, we'll see. Maybe the sun will come out tomorrow. Maybe they're going to be dropping a line. There is going to be communication of passion. It's divine timing. Divine timing is Page of Wands. Could be a text message. The Emperor. Yeah, this masculine knows that this is their person. And for the feminine to actually get into their empress, it's like they need an emperor. They need an emperor. They need someone that is can lead the way. Oh, Gemini. Okay, well, this is meant to be a quick next in love reading, so, you know, we'll see. But I feel like, you know, you're in quite a pickle. I mean, free will, you can be in this or not. It's up to you, but I think that you are in this connection because it's your person. So, I don't know, Gemini. Hopefully there was something in here for you. Yeah, if you feel called to share what's going on in your situation, I would be very interested to hear. And it seems like the Gemini Collective could use a little bit of support and solidarity here. Of like, oh yeah, we're all going through some shit. So yeah, if you would like to further support this channel, this space, the work that I do, everything you need to know is in the description box below. If you have any questions, you can find it there. Ways to reach me. Until next time, Gemini. Oh, I wish you well. I wish you both well. Good luck.